Dear Diary, another mess regarding the flow of time has been cleaned up. We thought that Chronica was bad enough of a threat to us in all of space and time, but before we knew it, Shang Tsung swept right in and carried on what she started, since he had created her crown from the start. However, Ratchet and I were lucky enough to defeat him, and with Sly Cooper and his gang making a sudden comeback and helping us out, he even rejoined the League of Heroes, along with Rivet and Kit being newcomers. I hope the happiness is here to stay, even if no one else messes with my head. Chronica's crown and Chinook's amulet are locked away. No one can use them against us now. He must have been pretty eager.
Hey, good to see you're home.
I told you, you can visit me at any time.
You're not as busy as you used to be before the chaotic dream began.
Truly, I've moved on to bigger things.
Yeah, and you'll be proving that in mere minutes. Rivet and I have thought about flying over to Fastoon to scavenge for Lombax artifacts, and we're wondering if you'd like to come with.
Really? That'd be quite interesting.
Alright, well, I have a new set of armor for you to try on before we head out. Captain Core gladly came through with my request to make a holoflux suit for you. Don't worry, I made sure it was more your theme.
Oh, gee. It's thinner than the proto-suit.
It's more lightweight, but it's still protective. It provides a steady stream of nanotech based on your current condition, keeping you safe and sound. Give it a try while I go put on mine.
Minutes later, Pupuru fully donned the new outfit, once again feeling combat ready as she did with the Galactic Ranger's proto-suit.
It looks like this time around Ratchet read my mind. The theme of these new suits have more of a Dish Town resemblance. It fits me well, Ratchet.
Okay, good. I also installed the same technology to summon your kind of weaponry, so you should be good to go.
Thank you.
Say, that actually looks very good on you.
Same to you, Rivet. Not too shabby.
Time to go home again.
As the mission to Fastoon began, the dark sorcerer Quan brooded in the Bone Temple of the Netherrealm, desperate for a way to strike back at the League of Heroes. Knowing what had happened to Shang Tsung, he realized the once larger numbers of evil had been cut off severely. He set his eyes on the displayed severed head of Shinnok, contemplating.
Hades is not pleased at all. Our powers have lessened greatly. We find ourselves weaker than ever. We have already lost so many of our colleagues. Calypso, James Ash, Shao Kahn, Chronica, Gerda Sindel, and now Shang Tsung. All of them vanquished!
There may still be hope for us. What about the mad scientist Dr. Neocortex? Wasn't he involved in a prison escape?
Yes, but I have someone else in mind. One far more dangerous, also with the ability to harvest souls. Are you familiar with the legend of the Grim Reaper?
You plan to summon Mr. Grimm?
Precisely. He was last seen escaping Calypso's tower, after Ratchet had won the Twisted Metal tournament. He is still at large. This could give us another chance.
With the plan arranged, Hades summoned the scythe-wielding Mr. Grimm. Using the Netherrealm Kamidogu, Grimm was placed in the presence of Quan and Gigadis.
What's going on here?
Perhaps you are familiar with this place. This is where your soul was held before you were transformed into the Grim Reaper.
Yes, the entity known as Death had resurrected me to be the Reaper of Souls.
Death was merely a projection conjured by Shang Tsung and me. We prepared a skeletal body for your soul to host, and it has been that way since.
You helped me live again. To kill.
Now you must do so once again. For Hades.
On the planet Fastoon, Ratchet landed the ship near the Lombax ruins, as memories of the past began to replay themselves in his head.
You gonna be okay?
I should hope so. I know this place doesn't bring back the best of memories, especially what Tachyon did to it, but I'll get through it. After all, I got my favorite human here with us.
I'm gonna tell Shepard on you.
Oh, ha ha, very funny. I ought to punish you when we get back to Earth if you say that to Shepard.
Oh, Ratchet.
You two make a weird pair than you and Clank as hotshots, Ratchet.
Look who's talking.
Dear Diary, Ratchet and Rivet seem to get along even if they're different Lombaxes. Rivet used to be hostile against the human race after she heard of what Agent Stone had done a long while back. But she is nice to me thanks to Ratchet, and I was able to clarify the reason for us coming together.
Pupuru, you coming?
Oh, sorry. Just deep in thought.
And you did bring your special pills, right? We might be here longer than expected.
Don't worry. I brought them.
What for?
Pupuru is one of those humans who's not used to the atmosphere of foreign planets. Those pills help her breathe better in places like this.
I almost suffocated completely when I went to Veldin for the first time.
So to give us some clues as to what we might find here, I brought all the lorbs that I found at Savalai. After listening to them again recently, I've been able to figure out more of what Mags was talking about. Somehow he figured out Sly Cooper's existence, so the other dimension he mapped out was Earth.
He knew it before you did?
Guess so. When I was given your memory, I knew I had to find a map to the Milky Way galaxy. It wasn't easy to obtain, but somehow it existed. Probably left over from what Mags researched. And Chronica allowed me to find it, so I would walk right into her time-bending trap later on.
This is starting to make more sense to me now.
But we're still grateful that it happened, whether Chronica caused it or not.
Very true. Come on, let's see what we can uncover.
A few miles away, Mr. Grimm and Gigadis materialized on the dusty grounds of Fastoon, with Mr. Grimm's motorcycle as their only means of transportation.
Though the magic of Quan Chi had served me well, at times I find it very strange and primitive.
It has transformed me into what I am now. I'm grateful for him using me for a far greater purpose than my previous human life. Get on.
I almost refuse to take a ride on your slim vehicle.
You have no other choice. Now hold on tightly. The path will not be smooth.
If Pupuru is truly here, let me at her. I want her soul to be mine.
I would let you anyway. The soul I want is the Lombax's. I still have the memory of my first identity. The one that made him fear me.
Meanwhile,
Does anyone else hear that?
Did we get spotted?
At last, we meet again, Pupuru, and hopefully on my terms this time.
You have some nerve showing your ugly face. I know what you did to my parents while I was dreaming.
So you found out.
You thought you could trust Chronica? She only gave me the answer I needed.
So she was a fool, and Shinnok was just as much of a weakling. But I will try to take your soul, and I must consume it. You will be with me until the end of time.
And as for you, Ratchet, winning the Twisted Metal tournament separated me from your friend Grimroth. You may have made it out of there alive, but try to survive this!
I really wasn't expecting him to come back for me. Rivet, go help Pupuru out. I'll take care of this guy alone.
Alright, but be careful.
You have forgotten my other specialty, Ratchet.
I swear he better not bring Twisted Metal to Fastoon.
after Mr. Grimm fired his mounted homing missile, Ratchet knew he had to throw it a curve and make it change its course. Quickly, he fired a buzzblade into the air, allowing the homing missile to aim directly for it.
You cannot outsmart me, fool. I want to devour your soul and make you as my own soul slave. I want to see you eaten back to life!
That sounds pretty disgusting.
Just wait until you fully experience it.
Grimm commanded his motorcycle to launch a full gas can forward, but Pupuru took notice almost instantly and aimed her magic wand upwards towards it.
Get out of the way, Ratchet!
Mr. Grimm was caught in the explosion. His head was severed from the rest of his skeletal body, as he then felt the souls he had consumed began to leave him.
No! No!
All those souls flying away, and I still can't take the one that I want.
And in an instant, Gigadis vanished in a sudden burst of flame, teleporting him back to the Netherrealm.
That was wild. Somehow they knew we were here.
Man, my right arm feels like it's been toasted.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, Ratchet. I should have looked where I aimed.
No, it's alright. I didn't get out of the way in time, that's all.
I'll go get the first aid kit for you.
She's such a good kid, isn't she?
She always has been. To be honest, I almost hesitated to bring her parents back when I fixed the timeline. I thought what Pupuru and I had was something special. But there were some very rough times we ran into, and they were my fault. And when Chronica showed what happened to Pupuru's parents, I had no other choice. The bitter truth was shown, and it tore that girl apart. I had to do what was best. I wanted her to be happy.
And you should be glad you did that. That was the most wonderful thing you could have ever done for Pupuru. It proved you really did care for her, and you would do anything for her. It was a very loving thing to do. You made her very happy. You changed her life.
I did. She changed mine, too.
Take off your sleeve. I'll put this ointment on your burn. Hey, what's the matter?
It's nothing.